Fluffy, they have names?
His mic has a name.
Yeah. I got to tell them apart. That's Buffy.
That's funny.
Buffy's been through a lot. He's seen a lot of stuff.
I can imagine. Only if he can talk.
Exactly.
At least we don't have to do it outside. Jeez.
We were in Heroin
Oh my God, all that black asphalt.
on the day when it was, what, about 97 degrees?
Oh man.
Not interested.
Goodbye Thunder Road story.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. We're looking good. Anytime you want to go.
Okay, so tell me how you got started in this business.
We were my wife and I had a catering business over 15 years ago, and we had all the products that we have now that we produce. They were kind of born out of the catering business, and we started presenting them to grocery stores. And one thing led to another. We got into the manufacturing side, got our own plant. We started out in Asheboro back in 2006, and we've been here 2 years in Graham, and it's been a very successful road, a challenging road. We're in about every major grocery store in North Carolina. We have a distribution schedule from Ohio, Pennsylvania, Delaware, down to Georgia. And that's kind of the way it started. We sold a lot of our product in the catering side, and we want to see if it would go into grocery store application, and it's done okay.
So tell me a little bit about the product.
We do, our signature product is our chicken pot pie. We have 13 different items. We have a Moravian chicken pie, which is the chicken pie without vegetables, meat lasagna, spinach artichoke, chicken broccoli wild rice, southwestern chicken casserole. They're all handcrafted. Everything is made right here in our plant. We make our own pie shells. We cook the chicken. The chicken is hand chopped, and everything is formulated by hand. And we take a lot of pride in that. It's a high-end product, and I think that has been the signature of our success.
And tell me a little bit about the fact that things are made by hand and why that's important for you to maintain that.
Because I think the comfort food now, the home meal replacement, if you will, is very popular in our country. And I think people look to that, that they can buy a product like you would prepare at home yourself to feed to their family. And we've got a lot of feedback from our customers about that they thanked us for going that extra step.
What has been some response?
We've had the greatest chicken pot pie that they've ever had in their life, to someone call in and say, that's the worst I've ever had in my life. I can't believe you sell that to the general public. So we get a wide variety, and it's a lot in the middle as well. And we respond to every one of our calls and every one of our letters.
Tell me a little bit about the growth that you've had.
The growth has been almost uncontrollable. We've gone from June the 1st, 2006 to myself and 2 other people to this moment right now. We have 40 employees. Last year we had 13 employees in the month of July. Now we have 40. We shipped out probably $60,000 worth of product last June. This June we shipped out $260,000 worth. So the growth has been really phenomenal. And some days it's hard to control, but we've hung in there, and it's really worked out for us.
And you mentioned that you have crock pot.
Oh yeah, the newest thing outside of our product is we're doing a private label for Crock-Pot coming up in the next 30 days. They have about 16 items that they sell online, and QVC application that you put in your crock pot before you go to work in the morning. It's ready when you get home. products such as lemon chicken. They're going to use both of our lasagnas, pasta dishes. It's going to be a complete private label for them to be in their packaging, and it looks very promising. 81% of all the people in the United States have a slow cooker, and 53% are crock pots.
What has it been like for you to see the growth of your business over a short period of time?
It's been very satisfying. Several different reasons. One, I knew if we could ever get a chance, it's very competitive to get into a grocery store chain. I think with just example, Harris Teeter, I met with them in 2000, and we didn't get the product in until 2007. It's a long sales cycle. It's very competitive. Somebody has to be taken out for you to get in, and then it has to perform. And also the growth has been very satisfying to me on a personal level, since everybody I know said that I wouldn't be able to get this far. So that's the other side of it.
What do you think the future of your business might be?
I think that we'll max out with this facility in the next year or so, and we'll either have to expand, or I look forward to maybe building a bigger facility, because I think one of the hardest things that we have evolved into a brand, and we have such a family unity here with our employees, and they're all happy, and we will make sure they're happy, and it's truly been a neat process.
Why is it important for you to know that you're a company that's serving North Carolina?
I guess because I'm from here, and I like the fact that I'm for our state, and I take a lot of pride in, hey, you know, we're one of the very few North Carolina, I think there's one other company that is in the frozen dinner section at Harris Teeter and Lowe's Foods and places like that.
What's it like to know that you're taking on bigger companies like Stouffer's and Pretty Calendars and you're succeeding?
The fact that they have so many advertising dollars, and I think it's unique that people are buying our product even though we don't have a national commercial on the evening news, and that's been very satisfying.
Is there anything you can think of that you want to add?
No, I think Wanda and Marybelle and them would add a lot to the ongoing process, and then you could see, yeah, that's fine, unless you think something I didn't say. Yeah, that's good. And on the customer feedback, you know, the majority like it, but I mean, you know, you have all different responses from a lot of different people. So we're very astute to getting back with them and letting them know that we appreciate their call or letter. So.
But the reaction overall has been positive.
90%. 1 in 50 you'll get, you know. It's been very, very positive. And that goes with the volume that we're selling. I mean, it's nothing for us to do 5,000 or 6,000 chicken pot pies a day. And you know, I'll go to the stores myself and see where they're out, or they've been shopped a lot. So the response is incredible, because the response is incredible from the growth of the orders just in the last 12 months.
And how does that make you feel when you go to the store and you see your product on the shelf? Are you seeing somebody
It makes you feel good. You know, I guess it's been maybe 4 or 5 years ago when we first got started, see the situation of evolving to a brand where I can ask you and you will say, yeah, I've had your product. When they first put it on the shelf, you have to promote it because no one knows what it is or who makes it. So that's a long process that you have to get through to let it become a brand, so it'll be a staying power. And to be able to see your name on there, it makes you feel good. Funny story, I thanked one lady for her business. I said, that's my company. And she looked at me and said, yeah, right.
Oh, this was in the store.
Yeah. Yeah, right. All right.
So, give me your first and last name.
Okay.
Spell it for me.
It's Wanda Metzger, Metzger.
And what is your title?
I am basically the COO, but I have my background in the safety training, HACCP, FDA. I'm the liaison between them and the plant floor.
Tell me, and I'll ask some of the same questions, but how did you guys get started?
Well, I had a catering business in Greensboro, and I started, if you go back before then, I was a public school teacher, taught English, but I always had a love for the food business. We actually started doing a small store that did gourmet to go, and we closed that down because we had a lot of interest in our products being produced for mass general sales in grocery stores. So we closed that down, and we came and we started planting Ashboro and got that on the ground. And then as our needs grew and our requirements for space grew, we decided to come to Graham, and that's why we're here today.
What do you think it is that makes your products unique?
Well, I think that each and every one of them is done by a human being on the line, and I think you can't surpass that in quality. You can surpass it in time, and you can surpass it in cost effectiveness, but as far as quality, you've got people there with their eyes on the product every single minute. And you know, we make our own pie dough, which is almost unheard of because we mix the dough, we use the lard, we use the butter and all those things, and we actually put each amount of dough into the pan, and then it goes through the line. We cook our own chicken, we make our own velouté, and it all comes together, and at the end of the line there's somebody fluting the edges on it. So when you take the pie out, it's not going to look like, it's not going to have that same standard of, you know, 18 little indentations around it. It's going to have people doing it by hand. And I think that means a lot to people. It means a lot to us that we can do it.
Tell me a little bit about the culture here.
Well, the number one thing that I told Tim when we got involved in this, we're going to hire people, and we're going to hire people who want to work, and we have done that. So we've got a large Hispanic group, we've got a large group of African Americans, we've got, you know, a lot of Caucasians, we've got some of everybody, and they all come together and they work on putting a product out and putting it out effectively. And we're very proud of that.
Do you feel like they put their heart into it?
Yeah, I mean, Maribel, and I don't know if, you know, Tim has mentioned her, but Maribel came to us even before I got to the plant when Tim started down in Ashboro, and she is about this tall, and she has been with us, we've had 2 children with her, and we have been through this since today. And so she's the longest employee, and she's been here from day one, and she runs everything. As far as the production goes, she is over 40 employees now, so she's come a long way.
What does it mean to you to see how the business has grown?
Well, I'm very, very proud of it. It's also a huge responsibility, and lose a lot of sleep a lot of nights, but that's the price you have to pay for doing this. And I wouldn't change it, I mean, because every single day I get up, I want to come to work, and I want to come on Saturdays and Sundays too. So that's true wealth of some that you get paid, even though it's not very much. You get paid to do it every single day, and you love doing it. So I mean, I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Why is it important to keep this local, to have this product in Carolina? I know it's made locally and people know about it.
Because, I mean, I've been to UNCG, I've done some work at UNC, I've done a lot of work at NC State. They've helped me a lot with our food safety and food science, and we're part of the culture now. I mean, we're North Carolinians. I've been down here for 20 years now. I guess it's been longer, maybe 30 years. Time flies. And we're part of the culture here. I mean, we have children that went through UNC. Our product development person is a graduate of Alamance Community College, and all these people are kind of like, they're our employees, and we want more of them working here, and we want North Carolina products made by North Carolina people. That's the best way I can say it.
And how proud are you of what you're doing?
Oh, I just couldn't be prouder. I mean, we really have found, and I knew this from teaching public school, but this reinforces when you take people and help them to learn what they need to know to do something in life, it comes back. And you see it happen every single day here. People walk in here and they don't know much about, or a lot of them don't know much about food service, but they go through the safety training and the production training, and within a short amount of time, they are taking over their position, and they're doing it with a lot of pride. I mean, people here are really interested in the quality and safety of the products that we put out. And then you walk into a grocery store and you see your stuff on the shelf, and I mean, it's like you walk back and forth a couple times, and then occasionally I'll go through and open a door and make sure they're all straight where they should be, and you can't beat it. You cannot beat it.
I've got another one. In fact, I'm even rolling.
All right. So first thing I'll do is get you to give me your first and last names and spell them for me.
Okay, it's Kelsey Dillon, KELSEY DILLON.
And what is your title here?
I am head chef of product development.
So tell me how you came to be a part of James Foods.
Well, I was just out of culinary school and they needed a little help. Just kind of reworking some of their already great recipes, but just kind of redeveloping them and just kind of critiquing and bringing it all together. So it was kind of a temporary position that bloomed into full time.
And what are some of the things that you do as part of your everyday job?
It's a variety of things. We check ingredients and make sure they match with what we've always assumed is coming in and make sure there's no discrepancies there. We do a lot of quality checks to make sure that what we're sending out is exactly what we approve and that never falters in quality levels and that taste is always as good as we expect.
What do you think is what makes James Foods unique? Do you think the products that you guys produce here?
It's all as close to homemade as you can get in this kind of size production. We're out there hand fluting, I'm sure you saw. It's just everyone puts in as much effort as they can and they really care about the product. So we have people come in and they work all day and then they take it home for dinner, so they love this product.
What about the culture here? What makes it so unique to be a part of this organization?
It's definitely a family environment. I mean, everyone here is right early in the morning. Sometimes they're staying late at night, so you see these people day in and day out, and we all know each other and care and just want to be there for one another.
How does it make you feel when you go to the store and you see the products in the shelves and you know you had a hand in developing that?
Oh, it's like the best feeling you could have, just seeing something and seeing other people buy it and they're pleased with it, and it's just really fulfilling.
And how do you go about coming up with product development and new ideas?
So a lot of it is like a group effort here. We take Maribel, the plant manager, and Wanda and me, and we'll sit down and think about what we don't have on the market right now and what our consumer is really looking for or missing, and then we go about making an initial sample, and then we all sit down, have lunch together, eat it, critique it, and go back to the drawing board as many times as it takes.
What's that process like for you?
It's fun, but it's stressful, you know. You're always nitpicking at your own things, and it's never going to be perfect for me, so you just have to get it as close.
Do you use a lot of customer feedback in your development ideas?
We definitely do, yeah. Anytime we get a complaint or a critique from a customer, we always take it into account, and we all sit down together and discuss it. And if we have a couple of them, we think, how can we go back to this recipe and maybe critique it and kind of tweak here and there to make it a little bit better for the customer.
And how important is it to you to know that it's a local product being enjoyed by people in North Carolina?
It's wonderful. I mean, just to go into the grocery store and see people I know that can go out and buy it, and they know that it came from right here, and as many of the ingredients as we can find come from the state. We got chicken coming from in-state. Really, most of the vegetables do too, so it's really nice. It's as close as we can get it. It's going to be in North Carolina.
Fantastic.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
You're not taking pictures.
I am.
And y'all on camera. I should have took my toboggan off.
Sonríe. Miguelón. Espíritu Santo, ahora cómo me quito. Ay. Ni espérate, güey.
All right, let me put a whole lot else we can do is.
Yes, yes, ma'am. How y'all doing?
You're doing fine. You're fine. You're doing fine too. Carry on.
Oh, okay.
All right,
And then take my boots off.
Okay.
Smile. Jackie, hey.
No me.
Hey. Dile hola. Hey. Look. Oh, ow. Yeah. Hey, hola.
Hello. Get out of y'all's way.
You want to help you with something? I don't know.
Oh, see that?
Put them over yonder beside that thing.
Do y'all want to move into my office?
No. Because Tim's going to have to go in there.
Come on through. You're okay. You get past me there. You have enough room? You don't have enough room? Go ahead. Oh, I see. There's a table.
Yes.
Are you recording this? I'll do payroll real quick.
Yes, I am recording.
Oh, yay.
So you want me to write off the envelope?
No, I hadn't even turned the payroll in. I'm going to now if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to scan it over, sir?
Thank you.
Scan this over for you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to.
Should I scan it? I'm gonna help you. Give me something for you.
Okay.
Get that nose ring.
Dile, así se come. Eso es lo que como en mi Gary, say hi.
Amen. Hi.
Está asustado, pero está asustado. ¿Quién está aquí?
Oh, just ignore me. None of that stuff. I can't use any of that.
Oh, you ain't.
No, just be yourself, man. I'm not here.
Ya trajo su hija. Ya no me va a adoptar.
Bueno, voy a tener dos.
No quisieron comer esas carajas. María, métete mi nombre. No, gracias. Gracias, María.
She went back. Excuse me.
What happened?
That's quiet.
Quitar mi teléfono porque está quebrado. La vacía de esta mujer come. Esta mujer sí que se alimenta.
Check mine out. See it right.
Esta mujer sí que se alimenta. Ahora.
Going back in.
Aunque no tuve luz ayer. Al doña Alicia de eso no sé de quién son los burros. De seguro doña Ali y doña...
Se le quemaron, dile ya sus burros.
Dígale, que ya se le quemaron sus ya se le quemó, mira. Ya va burro. Teléfono. Hey. Hey. ¿Cómo joder? Han dicho no te lo voy.
Mira aquí,
No.
está grabando ahí.
Get it from here first.
back into the stores? Is it supposed to be in the stores already?
Probably another month to the Lowe's first.
Okay. That tends to be where we shop anyway, so.
There you go.
Hey. You can say, come help me on the line.
Yeah, in the line.
I help you. Check out my shoes.
You'll be fine.
Is it all gone? Is it all
What's
on?
up?
that one.
This?
You got it. All the way up, all the way up. Yep. I hear you now. I can't touch that surface. I'm sure they'd be upset if I touch that surface. This camera's filthy. So is my ear, so I'll just take that back. Oh my God. You know, some photographers are real particular about putting away their gear.
Not so much.
No, I am. This is why, because when you put it away wrong, it doesn't unravel quickly. I just stuffed this in there earlier.
We're just gonna. You can keep doing what you're doing. I'm just gonna be on TV.
Well, some of us be on TV.
Yeah, so you just keep looking. But first, I'm gonna ask you to give me your first and last name. Please spell it.
Okay. My name's Nayeli Orozco. It's Nayeli. Orozco is Orozzo.
Alright. So keep doing what you're doing. Tell me why you think it's important that the products here are handmade.
It's important that the products are handmade simply because when they go through a machine, they don't have the visual inspections that any product that is to be consumed will have. These products are consumed by our own family, our friends, and your family and your friends. We're local and we need to make sure that our community is safe. And this is one of the only ways that we can make sure that that is happening.
How much pride do you take?
Very. Do you see? I mean, I'm very happy here. It's a very small company, so just knowing that everybody here knows each other, and I mean, it's a very good place to work at. I'm very happy here.
How does it make you feel when you go to the store and see the products?
My first week here, I went to Harris Teeter, and it was a pretty happy thing. I had my little sisters with me, and I was like, look, I did that. It was great.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we used to.
Now in a minute, nobody.
TV's right there. Wow. See on mom.
The next one, we can come back to lunch.
Yeah, we can. See?
Yeah, they're coming in today.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Oh!
same one.
Oh, I mean, twice?
Yeah.
In the same one? Oh, okay. Yeah, twice. Is it twice? Okay, there you go.
And the other one and the same one.
I need some blue tea. Blue tea. Why you can't get it?
Yo y Daniela.
Déjenme. You know this count?
Yo y Daniela. Alicia, aquí no tendrá. Two five.
You go get the paper.
2.5. 720 chicken. Blue tea is gonna be 690 double.
Two of them?
Yeah. Broccoli 640. Rice 640. You can have that.
Went sideways.
There you go. Make sure you guys smash it.
Chicken twice, right?
That's too much.
Ahí es 2.5.
No, 250.
Ahí es.
¿Ah?
Ni puedo con esta mano.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, make sure you got a full cup. Put it in the put it in the white book. There you go. Yeah. You do 18 too. Yeah, you got the pieces going, so we got left strawberries, and I think one more blueberry. Oh, okay. You got much going back. It's not most of that I was going to. Huh? It's not most of that I was going to. We're going to go out there in Florida, probably. Nah, it's probably. When we get back from home, they should be back home. They still waiting on blackberries. They're not waiting on blackberries as long as they're not loaded out. We can still clean up the chance for the so this is not stuff that we said. We do 18 per. It's usually about, I want to say 28, I believe. So usually if you get a full bucket, you take out 10, then that's all you need. Dang, I wish I could. You had to learn the hard way to put your way up, though. So I didn't find that out until I said the third week, so don't feel bad. You good? That's why I asked you, man. That's why I knew it was going to be a treat. Oh, yeah. getting cold stuff. Good.